Welcome to the Waldock Way. I'm Jessica, and today's video is going to be June's morning basket. So in case you missed last month's, which I will link up here for you all, I have changed the format or the layout of my morning basket sheet, and there is a reason for that. As we move further and further away from the academic school year and more into our summer schooling, we tend to do things a little bit differently. Pretty much 99% of all of our school is contained within our morning basket, and the way I do our morning basket changes slightly. I still make sure we hit Bible, logic, journal, read aloud, and movement every day. And then I list all of the additional things that we have that I would like for us to get through here. And the way we go through them is we just kind of loop through them, but we loop through them at her choice. So, we get these done, and then she may pick one or two of these to do that day. And then I kind of put like a little pencil tick mark so I know what we've done. And then the next day I ask her to pick 2 or 3 more, and we just slowly loop through until we've done all of them. And then we circle back through the ones we would like to circle back through. And by the end of the month, we've covered absolutely everything. So I'm going to go ahead and show you inside the morning basket now what is in it and what doesn't fit in it. So the first thing we have is Bible, and for this month we will be using our Indescribable Bible or devotion. In case I didn't mention, our theme this month will be weather. So I am lucky enough that this devotion has a page right here, in case you've never seen it, where it splits the different sections. So I'm going to just use the earth pages for now, because we've done this whole devotional, I believe, twice in its entirety. So we'll just be doing the earth pages so that it kind of equates to weather. So you can see here's one about the mountains, and then there's quite a few about space, but like here's one about rocks. So it will kind of have to do with the weather on the ones that we're going through and doing. So that will be our Bible for the month. For logic this month, we will be using our single player game Balance Beans. So this is a super fun game where you, sorry for the noise, where you set the board up, then you use these challenge cards, and then you put the beans to try to make them balance out. So in case you have never seen this game before, let me see if I can get a card out. Of course, I'm going to super hard one. So that is the solution. So it tells you to put your red beans here and here, and you're going to add these to it, and you have to try to figure out a way to balance. So it has to be even when you're done. So here is the solution on the back. Now this is a single player game. So normally the way we do single player games in our morning basket is she either does them as I'm finishing up fixing breakfast if she's waiting for me, or we each do one round. So I pick her a card and try to challenge her, and then she picks me a card and tries to challenge me. We may not always get them right, but that's kind of how we do the single player logic games during our morning basket. For our read aloud this month, we will be adding in our Passport to Adventure books that happen to go over weather. So we will be continuing on with Passport to Adventures throughout the summer. Because morning basket is pretty much what we do in the entirety. We will be doing units 13, 23, 24, and 28 within our morning basket time. So we will be reading Vacation Under the Volcano, Twister on a Tuesday, Earthquake in Early Morning, and High Tide in Hawaii. And in case you are new to my channel and you do not know what Passport to Adventures is, I will link that up here for you as well. And for journal, we are still working our way through our question and answer a day for kids, 3 years, 365 questions. We absolutely love it. The way it works is you have one topic for each day of the year, and then you have a space for 3 years. So at the end of 3 years, we will have an amazing keepsake. And then this month for movement, I have this weather movement dice that I made from the Everyday Learn and Play calendar. So we will just use it and roll it a few times to get some movement in. All right, that is my staples for every day. Now, the main thing that we will be using to cover our weather will be the Firefly Nature subscription. This is a PDF that you receive every month, and I believe this is actually from March. I saved it because I knew we would be doing weather. So it is the whatever the weather subscription. See, there's 4 different parts to it. You have a how's the weather section where you have questions that you answer. You have extensions to the lesson. We'll be making a weather wheel. And then we have the in the clouds. So talks about the different things about clouds, taking a cloud walk, questions to answer, extending the lesson, and then we have these beautiful cloud cards included as well. And then there is stormy skies. And so it's set up very similarly every month, where it talks about the weather, talks about stormy weather and how stormy weather forms. You have making a spark an activity. The good stuff, so there's like a poem and a song over there, questions that you can answer, and then extending the lesson. And then the last part of this one was classifying the climate. So those will be what's climate, weather versus climate, what's the climate where you are, questions to answer, extending the lesson. And then here you have the different levels like stratosphere, troposphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. And so we'll be figuring out where those go. So this will be the main component that we will be working our way through during our morning basket for the month of June. We also have bedtime math in here, just because I wanted to make sure we were getting some math in every day over the summer. In case you've never seen Inside Bedtime Math, it is a favorite of ours. You have a little story over here, and then you have some word problems. You can have wee ones, little kids, and big kids. So the questions get harder depending on the age range. I love this because you can do it with a range of kids. You know, like if you have 4 or 5 different ages during morning basket, this would work. And then down here in the bottom corner, the answers are upside down so that, yes, there is an answer key just in case, you know, some of them might be a little over your head. We also have weather, poems for all seasons. So this is just a short little leveled reader that has poems about weather and different seasons. So we'll be working our way through this. I have an All About the Weather coloring book. I love these Dover coloring books because they're so realistic and they give tons of information within them. So we'll be coloring and learning about the weather with this coloring book. I have the Lightning Math from the Let's Play School subscription. I believe this may have been March as well. I'm not sure which month, but I saved it because I knew we would be doing weather soon. So I have the Lightning Math on a clipboard so that we can get some math practice in. And then I have some books. One of the books I have is the Science Comics Wild Weather. If you haven't seen these science comics, there's tons of different topics and they're very colorful, and especially if you have a kid that loves comics, because it's a nonfiction comic book. So it's beautifully done. Just in case you are wondering, here you can see some of the other topics that they cover. I have 2 of the Usborne Lift the Flap questions. I have a very first question, what is snow? And a first question, what makes rain? I also have the National Geographic Little Kids First Big Book of Weather. So, beautiful illustrations and tons of information in that one. I have the Explore the Earth, How the Weather Works. I did a video on this recently because it has so many different moving parts. I was thrilled with these books. And then hang on, let me find my favorite page. It has a gorgeous pop-up. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. Ready, guys? That's a hurricane. I can't hardly get it in the frame. But anyway, this is a super fun pop-up interactive book. And then I have 2 more Usborne books. I have the See Inside the Weather and Climate, which is a Lift the Flap book. And we love anything that's Lift the Flap. I love the interactive books so that we can kind of work with them as we're learning. And then I have the lift the flap question and answers about weather. So. All right, and then some of the extra things I have are let me make sure I pull all of it out at once here, is the Wild Weather Calendar from Everyday Learn and Play. Here you can see there's 20 different activities that you can do, and she gives you every printable that you would need to do them. So you have weather words, sorting seasons, counting mats, tracing activities, shadow science, weather reporting, cloud tracing, weather photo hunt, counting raindrops, a torn paper rainbow, a story and a snack, count the pictures, spilt milk, the 5 cents rainy day, lacing shapes, which these are going to be some of Emily's favorites, the movement dice, which I already showed you, alphabet flip and color, just a dot, pouring, playing, and windsocks observations. And then here's just some of the printables that go along with it that I have printed. So we will definitely be doing that. Then I also have some printables that came with our Play-Doh kit that I'm going to be showing you. So this is a greater than or less than wacky weather mat. And then we have a Play-Doh mat that's just some clouds she can play on. This Play-Doh kit is from Playful Days Dough. I absolutely love her Play-Doh kits because they always come in these really awesome IKEA containers. She sends you 3 different colors of Play-Doh, and then she sends you so many cute things. So we have a rainbow cookie cutter, this wooden sun, these little pipe cleaners that look like tornadoes. You have some cloud cookie cutters back here. And then she sends you these printables as well. So we have some patterns on here that you can extend. We have some greater than and less than, and then your cloud numbers. And there's also plus, minus, and equal to. So you can use these and then some of the Play-Doh to demonstrate it. So interactive math. You also have, she gives you these cute little rainbow pieces and these glass beads, these adorable wooden Play-Doh stamps. So we have a little umbrella, a sun, a rainbow, a cloud, and a lightning bolt, and these are like super thick, really nice quality. We have these little snowballs. You have some little blue raindrops and yellow lightning rods here, and those are almost like a bead material. And then these are some clay pieces. You have rainbows and clouds and sunshine. And then you have some bigger white snowball pom-poms as well. So everything you could want in a weather Play-Doh kit. Emily is going to love this. I also have the game Sunshine Rescue from Simply Fun. It is an adorable game where you're trying to erase the storms to get to the sunshine. I'll share more about this on a later date. And then I also picked up the Wacky Weird Weather Kit so that we could do some of the activities. There are 7 activities within this kit. All right, and then last but not least, I have a stack of nonfiction books that we will slowly make our way through at her Choice and Leisure. We have the Usborne Beginners Weather, the Usborne Beginners Storm and Hurricanes, the Usborne Beginner Volcano, the Usborne Beginners Earthquake and Tsunami, National Geographic Kids Weather, National Geographic Kids Storms, the Ready to Read Sun, Ready to Read Rainbow, Ready to Read Snow, Ready to Read Wind, Ready to Read Clouds, and Ready to Read Rain. We have Fly Guy Presents Weather. Oh, can you say what's the weather today? And then a stack of Gail Gibbons, because I love her, The Reason for the Seasons, It's Raining, Tornadoes, Hurricanes, and It's Snowing. The last thing I have, if we get through everything else and she wants something else, is some of the I Survive books that have to do with weather, natural disasters. So I also have these on audio, so we may listen to them on audio while we're both playing with Play-Doh, who knows, but we will see which way that goes. But I do have the I Survived Hurricane Katrina, I Survived the Joplin Tornado, I Survived the Japanese Tsunami, I Survived the San Francisco Earthquake, and I Survived the Destruction of Pompeii. So that is a look inside our June morning basket. Make sure you check out the description box down below for a link to my blog, where there will be links to everything that you have seen in this video. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.